Hi everyone, this is Mrs. V. Chen. Welcome to my Form 2 Math Lesson 6. And today is 26th of February 2020. Alright, so today's lesson is about isosceles triangles and equilateral triangles. Okay, so what is meaning of isosceles triangle? Now here, that means we have two sides equal. Then that will be isosceles triangle. Okay, now you can draw this triangle in your class workbook and saying that AB is equal to AC. So two sides equal, then we call that isosceles triangle. Okay, so here is the property and the reference. So in triangle ABC, if AB is equal to AC, then these two angles here, angle ABC, this one, and this one must be the same, okay? And then the reference is base angles here, S, because we have two base angles here are the same, okay? And that is ISOS dots triangle. And this is the reference for base angles isosceles triangle. If you are given two sides the same, then the two base angles here must be the same. Okay, and this is important. All right. Okay, now this time you draw another triangle. Okay, but this time you mark this base angles, two angles here. This angle and this angle are the same, so that the condition given to you is this. So angle ABC, that is this angle, and angle ACB, that is this angle. Therefore, the opposite to the previous one, that means AB, the side, this side, and AC, the side, must be the same. Now, the reference here is sides opposite. So OPP dots, EQ dots, here means equal, and then angles. Okay, so this is the reference under this situation. If the base angles given to you are the same, therefore the sides should be the same. This is sides opposites equal angles. Okay, so don't mix up these two references for an isosceles triangle. Okay, and next we have some other properties of isosceles triangle. Now here you can draw another triangle and with two sides equal. All right, and then here there is another line. So from A to D here. So what other properties do we have if this is an isosceles triangle? The first one is BAD. So where is BAD? BAD is here. So this is BAD, this angle, and CAD must be the same. Okay, so if you have this angle same as this angle, that means this is the bisector of the AD is bisector of this angle. That means this is also an isosceles triangle. Okay, and next we have this BD. So this is BD and DC is here. That means if it is an isosceles triangle, so point D here is always the midpoint on the line of BC here. Okay, and finally we have AD. So this is AD, must be parallel to BC. So this is also an right angle here. Okay, so if this is an isosceles triangle, therefore we have these three other properties. Okay, so let us do some practice here. So example 1, find the unknowns. Okay, so here is part A. This is the diagram. Let's check the unknowns here. So we have X, we have Y, we have Z. Okay, and also we are given this line and this line are the same. Oh, there's no name here. Let's name it. So PRS, let's make it Q here. Okay, so can you see any isosceles triangle? Yeah, we do have isosceles triangle, so therefore that will be in triangle PQR, which is isosceles triangle. So because this side and this side is the same, therefore what do you think about y? Y must be equal to 30. Okay, and let me name 30 first. So that would be angle PRQ, right? So, which is equal to 30. Okay, so this is how we find y. And don't forget to write down the reference. So what is the reference? That is base angles, comma, isosceles dots triangle. Okay, so this is the first reference to find y. Okay, so next, since this is an isosceles triangle, we know that this angle is same as this angle. So angle PQS and angle SQR, which is also equal to Z, right? And the reference is also property of isosceles triangle. Therefore, I can come back to this point. That would be Z plus Z is equal to 120. So 2Z is 120. Therefore, Z is equal to 60. Okay, so this is about the practice of properties of isosceles triangle with this base angles isosceles triangle mainly in this question, and property of isosceles triangle. Okay, now we have the next example. All right, so two unknowns. X is here, Y is here, but Y with cm. That means Y is about the length and X is the angle. All right, so how do we find X? Okay, and then what else is given to us? So PQ and RS, they are parallel to each other. Okay, so do you remember this reference? So we say that angle RPQ plus angle PRS is equal to 180. Remember the reference from previous chapter? So that will be interior angles, comma, because PQ, which is parallel to RS, right? So I just substitute. Okay, so after that, I just do substitution. So X plus 40 plus 100 is equal to 180. Okay, so to find X, let me use my calculator. 180 minus 140. So X is 40 degrees. Okay, so after that, we look at this triangle PRS. So that is PRS here. We have three angles. That is angle X plus 100 plus, I name this as angle PSR, which is equal to 180. Okay, what is reference? The reference is angle sum of triangle. And just now we find X, which is 40 plus 100 plus this angle PSR, which is equal to 180. Therefore, I can find PSR. Okay, use my calculator. 180 minus 140, so which is 40. Okay, so finally, this is 40. And PSR is also 40, so this is also 40. So obviously, the base angles are the same. Therefore, this must be an isosceles triangle. Okay, so next I have this. This angle is RPS and this angle is RSP. They are both the same and they are both equal to 40. Therefore, so we have an isosceles triangle here. Therefore, PR is equal to RS and Y is equal to 5 cm as well. Okay, and the reference is size opposites equal angles. Okay, so size, this is size opposites equal angles because the base angles here are given the same. Therefore, the size should be the same. All right. Isosceles triangle means we have two sides the same, all right? So, but what about we have three sides being the same? Then we call that an equilateral triangle, okay? And then at the same time here, so these three angles must be the same. So if this is angle X, then altogether we will have 3x here, and by angle sum of triangles, so 3x is equal to 180. Therefore, each angle of an equilateral triangle will be equal to 60. So this is the property. So in the figure, if AB same as AC and BC, we call this equilateral triangle. Therefore, each angle is equal to 60. And the reference is property of EQUIL dots, the short form for equilateral triangle. Okay, and this is important as well. Okay, so when we have three sides the same, that means each angle of equilateral triangle is equal to 60, and the reference is property of EQUIL dots, the short form for equilateral triangle. Okay, let's do some practices here. Now we come to example 2. Again, we find the unknowns. So here is the diagram. All right, so you see, here we have an equilateral triangle. Therefore, what do you think about M? So M is equal to 60. So what is the reference? That is property of EQUIL dots triangle. Oh, I forgot one thing. We have the name, that is in triangle this WXZ. We have M equals to 60 because property of equilateral triangle. Okay, so how do we find N? Oh, therefore we need to look at this triangle, which is an isosceles triangle. But before we look at that, we have to find this angle, right? So let's name this angle as what? Angle, oh sorry, that is angle XZY plus M is equal to 180. So what is the reference here? That is adjacent angles on straight line. Agree with me? Okay, so therefore angle XZY plus M just now is 60 equals to 180. Therefore angle XZY is equal to this one minus this, so 120. Okay, so this is 120. Okay, and how do we find N? And N should be same as this, right? So angle, so what is the name of this? So ZXY should be same as N, right? Yes. And the reference is base angles isosceles triangle. Okay, so therefore I can join these three together in triangle XZY. I have this ZXY plus N plus this one XZY is equal to 180. So that is the reference is angle sum of triangle. So I can do substitution now. So this is same as N. So N plus 120 here. It is equal to 180. I do substitution. So how many N do I have? I have 2N. And then move this 120 to the right hand side. So 60. Therefore, N is equal to 30. Okay, so this is the practice by using property of equilateral triangle. So, and base angles isosceles triangle. Okay, now we come to the final practice, this one. Okay, now what is given to us? We are given two parallel lines and also there is an equilateral triangle. We need to find x. Okay, so the first thing is this one must be equal to 60, right? And this one is also equals to 60. Okay, because here we have here we have an equilateral triangle, but I have to name it. So angle EAC same as angle, so this is ACE, which is equal to 60, and the reference is property of EQUIL dot stand for equilateral triangle. So this is 60, this 60, and now I need to use these two parallel lines and saying that this angle, the big one, so angle CAB plus the big angle here, angle ACD is equal to 180, and the reference is interior angles, comma, because AB is parallel to CD. Okay, now I do substitution, so CAB, so that is 60 plus X plus now ACD, so ACD is here, so I have another 60 plus 2X equal to 180. Okay, so this is the equation, and then X and X here is my unknown, so that would be 3X altogether, right? So 60, 60 deducted from here, so 120, 60, so 60. And then finally, what is X? X will be equal to 20. Okay, so this is it. This is all about lesson 6, properties of isosceles triangles when we have two sides the same, and equilateral triangles when we have three sides the same for a triangle. All right, so thank you for watching my video, and see you next time. Bye bye.